Now let's get talking now. Customer Service Week is an international celebration of the importance of customer service and of the people who serve and support customers as various institutions and establishments on a daily basis across the world. Now, United Bank for Africa understands the relevance of customers and has reiterated its commitment to prioritize customer satisfaction. The bank also stresses the need to be consistent in delivering excellent services to customers, adding that the bank in the last year has embarked on a journey to ensure excellent enterprise and execution, which is achievable when an institution focuses primarily on satisfying its customers. For more insights into this, I'm being joined by the Group Chief Experience Officer of the United Bank for Africa, Michelle Nwoga. I got that, yes. Michelle Nwoga is a customer experience professional and a seasoned banker with over 24 years experience spanning business development, retail and corporate banking, business transformation, customer experience, mergers, acquisitions, project management, brand marketing, and communications. I can go on and on. Thank you so much, Michelle. It's good to have you in the studio.
Hello, Solu. Thank you so much for having me here.
Yeah, let's start with what happened yesterday.
Yes.
Unprecedented.
Yes.
Like 700 youths out of 120,000 that applied. Now, what does this really mean for your organization? Youth empowerment by UBA seems to be notable. Absolutely. Tell us more. What's the significance of this?
Yes, it was actually 124,000 applicants initially.
Wow.
Yes, and we shortlisted to 700. Again, it's a very exciting time for us in UBA. One of the things that we drive aggressively across the group actually is youth empowerment. So this for me signifies that, and this is UBA truly stepping up and actually representing the organization as one that supports the youth. So we have had these 700 graduates fresh out of university. Yeah. They went through a 6-month rigorous training process. And after they went through the 6-month rigorous training process, they actually were deployed into several departments across the organization. I mean, the training was so intense. In fact, sometimes I wish I had gone through that training before I joined banking. Yes, because it really teaches them the fundamentals of banking. And I think it opens up an opportunity for us to have new leaders in the economy, and it's a very ripe time for it right now. And for us in UBA, we believe in homegrown talent, and I think that's also something that we would need to mention. But we're really looking forward to it. And the most exciting thing, I think, actually, is that the youth, the GMAPs themselves, I mean, hearing them talk yesterday was so refreshing. They're really excited to get going. And, they're all hopeful. A lot of them are talking about becoming branch managers already,
wow.
And leaders, yes, and leaders. And these are the sort of conversations that we want to encourage, So we're looking forward to having them within the company.
Interesting stuff. Let's get back to the other business of the day. Let's talk about customer experience. How can you explain how this has impacted the success of your organization?
Okay, so, I mean, UBA has been driving customer experience for quite a while. I think that UBA is one of the first banks, actually, that embraced the importance of service. So in 2016, we launched our CFIRST philosophy, and that philosophy means that in everything that UBA does, we will always put our customers first. So we do that. So in the boardrooms, at the executive meetings, they are actually at the fore of all those conversations, right? So we've been driving that for quite a while. And very recently, what we have done is we've transitioned. So we've moved from customer service, to customer experience, and understanding that the entire organization needs to be part of the process to drive this improvement and excellence that we espouse in our brand values, So we've done quite a few things. The first one, and I mean, I would speak very recently actually to what the current executive team are doing, our UBA 4.0 team. They're really focusing on employee happiness. Employee experience obviously is a very critical component of customer experience. And once you have happy employees, you have happy customers. True. There's a lot that has happened in the recent institution to make sure that employees are happy. We've had salary increases. Wow. We've had welfare, looked at welfare of staff. And I think we've really empowered staff a lot more to make sure that they're happy to serve our customers. I mean, other things, we use leverage AI also to improve how we engage with our customers. So we do a lot of predictive modeling in UBA. And one of the things that's very important for us is retention. So it's easy to acquire a customer. Well, easy to acquire a customer. But for us, retention is important. So we engage our customers, on a daily basis. We have models that help us to identify customers that are most likely to churn, and we ensure that the relationship managers and the marketing teams engage the customers. We also have a lot of products that we're coming up with, to support the needs of our clients. We have upgraded our infrastructure as well. UBA is acquisition rates shot up as well in the last 2 years. We're acquiring a lot of customers as well. So we're upgrading our infrastructure to help to support the volumes that are coming in, to make sure that we're able to deliver that exceptional service to our customers and they're able to transact with us seamlessly. And there's a lot more. I mean, we've also launched employee experience and awareness, and also institutionalizing CX culture is really important for us. So we do a lot of training. Every Wednesday, we have a See First Day session in the morning from 7:15 to 7:45. So this is before we open our doors to our customers, where we train staff on, how to manage customer experience, what to do with our customers. Yes. And then also, we've recently launched our UBA CX School of Excellence. We partnered with CX University, a reputable customer experience school. And we've actually built a training module that has been embedded in our training programs within our UBA Academy. And all staff that actually join UBA and even that are currently within UBA have to go through that training program to make sure, again, that we're consistent in delivering customer experience. I could go on. Would you like me to go on?
But I could go on. You're almost getting to my next question, because I wanted some specific examples of how improve customer experience, of course, in your organization and the positive outcome as a result.
Okay, all right. So we have, maybe I'll give you the example of our branches, right? So we have gone through quite a lot of revamping of our branches. One, to make our customers feel a lot more comfortable, and two, to make sure that the processes across the branches are more efficient, right? So we have launched a service champion initiative. Again, this is to make sure that when the customers come in, that they're being served properly. One, number two, that we're onboarding our customers onto our digital channels. So in fact, it's a combination, because our digital channels obviously is a very key touch point for a lot of our clients, especially with the change, the currency swap issues that we had. So we've been onboarding our customers on our digital channels. And before we were doing that, we had to make sure that we had optimized and reviewed our user experience across our channels, which we did. So what we found is we had, I think it was a multiples ×5 increase in the number of customers that onboarded. And that is also a testament to the seamless onboarding process that we were able to implement across our digital channels. And then in the branches, I was coming to that, that helped us within the branches to also declutter our branches, because we could have our customers onboarded onto our channels in a more seamless way. And then also standardization, so we improved our account opening process as well within the branches. So we were able to get a lot more customers opening accounts within the branches very quickly, so that has helped as well. Also POS, I will say we have a very robust voice of customer program. And what we do is we listen. So we do surveys across all our digital channels. And I know specifically we had an issue with our POS terminals. Our merchants complained a lot about the service. They weren't happy that they weren't getting, instant settlements and etc. So that was really great, because we could hear what our customers were saying, and we took that feedback and we implemented quite a few things. We improved the engagement, across the POS merchants. So the relationship managers started to engage a lot more, and we were listening to them around things around POS supplies. They complained about they weren't getting supplies, quickly. So we now decentralized the POS supplies, so the relationship managers could easily access that and make sure that the customers were happy. And I think there was just a general increase in the level of engagement, because they also said they want to hear more. I think customers love that with banks. They want to hear from their banks, because they need to, be able to establish that trust relationship with the banks. So that was also something that we did. We increased the level of engagement, and we did see an improvement. I think UBA actually is probably number one in the POS industry right now. And I think that's also a testament to customer experience. I think overall, recently we also had our numbers. UBA is now the number one bank in Nigeria, which is obviously very exciting for us. And that is also a testament to everything that we've been doing in the customer experience space to improve that, from, like I said, employee experience across our digital channels, standardizing our processes, and using the right type of metrics to measure and monitor, because that's also very important. You need to be able to see, and you need to have that visibility to be able to deliver and continuously measure, your performance, and continuous improvement also being very important as well.
I don't think it's very easy to promote a customer-centric culture within your organization. But I'll ask you that, what role really does leadership play in fostering this culture?
I think they've been amazing. I mean, as I said, UBA launched the CFS philosophy in 2016, and we have always had leadership fully backing it. You cannot succeed in customer experience if you don't have leadership backing. The converse, like I said, in the boardrooms and at executive meetings, in fact, all meetings, MPR meetings, customer experience is discussed as part of the performance measurement. You know what I mean? So, and in fact, what we now do, we actually have special CX MPR sessions. We've got the Deputy Managing Director, Muyo Akiyemi. He is driving that so aggressively across his directorates. And we actually have special MPR sessions for customer experience where we are able to present the performance across the group, with the regional heads and even various departments as well. Our executive director GCO he's driving, so he manages the IT infrastructure, and the stability we've been able to achieve over the last couple of months has been as a result of his direct involvement in that and the aggressive push to make sure the channel stays stable. And of course, our group managing director, Oliver Oloabo, he is amazing. I mean, he delivers in all his keynote speeches, in all the training sessions, because he also participates very actively in the GMAP training sessions. Okay. We talk about customer experience because the customers are king. And for us, they are the ones that are helping us to stay afloat. And we need to make sure that we focus on them and deliver, the exceptional experience. So everybody across the executive team, they fully behind the customer experience initiative. Even this week, I would say. So it's the customer service week. Yes, so we've been celebrating that. And all our executives have been participating. So not only do they focus on the customers externally, but internal customers are also very important. So today, the group managing director and some of the executives walk the floors within UBA to appreciate staff and just, thank them for all that they do, to drive customer experience and make sure that we stay on top. Now that we are number one, we need to stay there. So they walk the floors as well, and they're doing branch visits as well today, again, to show, our appreciation for customers. Every Wednesday, actually, we do have, we themed it Customer Appreciation Day. So at 12 o'clock and at 3 o'clock, we actually celebrate our customers. So we give them a round of applause and we offer them refreshments as well. So the Customer Service Week gives us an opportunity to just extend that Customer Appreciation Day. So today at the branches, they're all out as well, visiting branches. And then on Friday, they will be taking calls at our contact center as well. Again, just to really, immerse the organization, in the customer experience drive. So they've been very, 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 very supportive. And yeah.
Great stuff. Now, how do you measure return on investment now of your customer experience efforts, and what metrics are most important in your organization?
Right. So for metrics, with customer experience is also, you can have so many different metrics that you're measuring. And again, it just depends on what the organization is trying to achieve. So in UBA, we've got 3 specific metrics. We call them our primary metrics that we use to measure customer experience, your CSAT, the NPS, and the customer effort score. Those really give us a view of how the group is doing, because all the different surveys that we carry out within the different departments aggregate up until this primary metrics. And then we now have the secondary metrics that measure the different departments. So for example, IT, we have a running joke with the our group head IT where we say transaction failure rate should be 0.0001%. You know what I mean? So we track things like that. The transaction performance across our various channels. We also track our contact center. So each department has some very specific metrics. The contact center has its own metrics that we track: average handling time, call handling time, abandoned call rate. With the different departments, we also do certain types of surveys. So we do another survey called the Internal Customer Satisfaction Survey. And that survey gives the different departments visibility on how they're serving each other. So we do internal customer experience measurement as well, right? And then I think a big one for us very recently is our SLA adherence. So that, again, helps us to drive operational efficiency across the organization, which is very important for customers because they want you to be responsive. They want to be able to transact with you very quickly. And, these days, customers want things at the speed of light. So our SLA adherence helps us to monitor and measure responsiveness within the organization. So these are just a few metrics that we currently track. And of course, everything dovetails into revenue, right?
True.
We look at our customer health. How is our customers performing, right? Activity levels of our customers, inactivity rate, dormancy, those are also things that we monitor. And we have very specific initiatives that we have launched that focus on improving customer health. So customer engagement, for example. So In the bank today, all the relationship managers get triggers, right? With lists of customers that they're supposed to call on their birthdays, bank anniversaries. And like I said earlier, predictive modeling is something that we've also focused on, and we're evolving in that area of, data analytics. And so they also get information about customers that are at certain transaction thresholds, you know what I mean? And they're supposed to call the customers and just, again, build the relationship and really work on retaining that. So we've seen a significant improvement in the levels of engagement. So when we started initially, we were looking at, I think it was less than 10% engagement rate, but now we're hitting 70% and 80% engagement rates, yes, across our customer base, which is amazing. And of course, all that dovetails into the customer doing a lot more with us, because they are happy and they are getting that engagement, and we're building the trust levels between UBA and our customers. So it's been an interesting journey.
Well, before I let you go, what advice would you have for other organizations looking to improve customer experience strategies and outcomes?
Okay. I would say, first of all, your employees. You've got to start with your people. You can't do it if you don't have your people behind you, if they don't understand what you're trying to deliver for your customers. So I'll say a people-focused strategy is extremely important, number one. Number two, I will say now, especially with the way things are advancing, data, right? So you have to make sure that your data structures and systems are in place to give you the right information that you need to have these engagements with your customers. Hyper-personalization is where it's going. Tolu wants to know that Michelle knows Tolu. Don't be giving me any sort of generic communication. I want to be able to build that relationship with you, and then also offer you solutions that you would need for whatever state in life you are in. So I think, looking at their data architecture and making sure that they have the right information available for the customers that allow them to personalize these experiences is also very, very important. So I'll leave you with those two. I can't give you all my all my secrets.
All of it.
No.
But I must thank you so much. It's been so interesting having this chat with you, and I'm seeing that customer-friendly thing. Thank you so much, Michelle Nwoga. She is the Group Chief Experience Officer, United Bank for Africa. Thank you so much for your time on the program. We hope to have you again.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Welcome.